What's up, you guys? It's Rob from Guy Plays, and today on the Daily Grind, I proudly present you the most pointless video ever. In fact, if you're having a really busy day and you don't have time for this, I suggest you just click out now. You're not going to miss out on anything important because we are talking about the Fortuna Sentinel weapons. And you can probably see exactly how serious I'm taking this video right now. I'm in like my Snuggie that my mom bought me, so don't be judging. I don't even have my normal Bluetooth headset, and it's just my plug-in one. I've got my little puppy sleeping on my lap. That's how serious I'm taking this. For those of you guys who always say, Rob takes forever to get to the point in his videos, here's the TLDR on all of these. They're all pretty fucking bad, okay? I'm just letting you know right now. The Cryotra is basically the Artax. It can proc other statuses other than cold, but you gotta kind of finagle it a bit. It's not bad, it's not great either. We'll talk about it more in depth later on. The Tazicor is a burst fire rifle who has a pretty good burst fire damage, but like its sustained damage is really bad. It's really not that impressive. And of course we have the Vulcax, which is like the Opticore, but also very bad. So that's kind of like the overview on them, but the real reason that I wanted to go ahead and cover these is because of the fact that y'all know I don't like Sentinels. It's a well-known like thing in the community that I find them to be little sacks of floating meat that don't really serve much purpose. Their survivability is shit. I just don't like them. There are a couple cute ones though. The little squishy little Dorigo one and my Helios that scans everything for me. I love those two. Everything else can go die in a fire. Is that sadistic? Is that mean? I'm sorry. I've been watching too much Daredevil Season 3. Regardless, I got really excited because of the fact that we went ahead and saw this. When I saw the Cryotra, I was like, okay, cool. You know, just a normal standard Sentinel weapon. And then as I panned over, I noticed, wait, what's that with the Tazicor? I was like, it's a Mastery Rank 3. Okay, as far as I know with the rest of the Sentinels, there's no Mastery Rank attached to any of them. As far as I'm aware, there might have been some changes, but legitimately I didn't see anything, you know, standing out. And then I went down to the Vulcax and I was like, Mastery Rank 14? I was like, that's like around a syndicate weapon type. I was like, okay, well, you know, that makes sense. You know, the what do you call it, Solaris is technically a syndicate, so maybe we finally have a syndicate weapon that is like for the Sentinels. And I was like, listen, I just built myself a cute little MOA. I was like, Cladrius, we gon' hook you up. So let's go ahead and see how that all pans out in the simulacrum. Actually, you already know it's bad because I told you it's bad, but you just see how bad. Okay, so I'm kind of shocked that you guys are still here. About as shocked as I am to find out that I have 3 Artaxes for some reason and 2 Stingers. I really don't know how that happened, but they're here. And 2 laser rifles too? 3 laser rifles? I don't understand. But we're here, so I figured we might as well go ahead and give you guys a quick landscape as to where all of these weapons, or all of these new weapons, are kind of sitting within the Sentinel weapon world. Because, I mean, I guess we care. So, we're going to start off with something like, let's go ahead with the Stinger. Because the Stinger, I don't know, I actually used to like the Stinger way back in the day. I like how it kind of like spat things out. Now, this one has a total damage of 15, burst DPS of 50, and sustained DPS of 25. So we're looking at burst DPS of 50, sustained of 25. Nothing too crazy. Moving along from that, we have a fan favorite. I know a lot of people love the Death Machine. I don't know why. It's a cube. Maybe it reminds you of that one game with the portals. Forget what it's called. But yeah, this one has total damage of 5, but its burst DPS is 43 and its sustained is 37. So we're seeing, you know, something around 20 to like 40, like somewhere in that realm right now. Moving along to something a little bit more, with a little bit more guts. We've got the primed laser rifle. This one's got a base damage of 12, but it is, you know, a rifle, so it fires pretty fast. It's got burst DPS of 129 and sustained is 37. So we're getting around, you know, a 30-ish DPS, 30-ish to 40 DPS, right? We're moving on to the Sweeper Prime, which is kind of like one of my favorites. When I pictured my little MOA companion, because, you know, he's got the little top hat and he's got the little bow tie, I was like, oh my god, I want to give him a shotgun, because that makes total sense. Like, you know, your little butler with the shotgun, super duper cute. So this one is actually one of my favorites of the bunch, and this one has a 63 base damage, 63 burst DPS, and 57 sustained DPS. So this kind of pushes the curve up a little bit more into like the 40s for the average. And then we have Deconstructor Prime, which, as you guys know, is supposed to be, at least last time I checked, exclusive to what is his name? Helios Prime, so that's why you don't see it here. But this one has a total damage of 75, it has a burst DPS of 99, and a sustained DPS of 59. So we're seeing numbers here in kind of like the sustained DPS world of anywhere from 30 up into the 50s, even like pushing 70s. Am I right? Did I say that right? No, it's like the sustains are like 50s. They're like ending at the 50s. They're topping out at 50 to 60, and they're kind of like there in the 30s at like the bottom range, right? So we'll call it 40. We'll call it 40 there. So I want to give you guys a little bit of a descriptor of what we're jumping into. The Cryotra, which I don't really think is supposed to be a DPS weapon, because as you can see, this thing has a good chunk of status to it. Has a total damage of 10.5, a burst DPS of 10.5, and a sustained DPS of 10. So it's going to be on the low end, which is fine because it's Mastery Rank 0, no big deal. It has its own pluses, and honestly, it's actually my favorite of the bunch, all right? So the next one, of course, is the Tazicor. This one's got a total damage of 6, which is fine because, you know, it's a burst. It's a burst. We can't hate on it. Its burst DPS is 50. Oh, okay. So we're breaking into that 50 level, which is nice. Its sustained DPS, however, is only 8. We literally went from a Mastery Rank 0, which had 10 sustained DPS, down to 8 for a Mastery Rank 3. I don't know how that happened. Oh yes, it's because its magazine is only 4. Its magazine is 4. Why is its magazine 4 and its reload speed 2.5? I thought we were supposed to be improving. Apparently not. It does have a decent status chance, and you'll see when it's modded up, it can put out something. And then, of course, we make a big jump from Mastery Rank 3 all the way to 14. This is supposed to be our syndicate weapon, the Vulcax, right? So its total damage is 45.5. It does have punch through, so it can hit multiple targets with that 45.5. Its burst DPS is 22.75. So, you know, it's kind of on the low end of the burst DPS. That's fine. And its sustained DPS is 5.6. So, its sustained DPS went down. We went from 10 at Mastery Rank 0 to 8 at Mastery Rank 3 to 5.6 at Mastery Rank 14. I mean, why though? Why? Oh, it's because it's got a charge time, and it's also got a reload speed of 6, and it's only got a magazine of 1. You couldn't have put like a magazine of 4 on this, or maybe made the reload speed like a 2.5 something, giving it just a little bit of help. Regardless, let's go ahead and see these things in action. Like I said, a couple of them are passable. So the big one we're going to talk about first is the R-Tax and the Cryotra. Now the R-Tax, as you guys know, will proc cold 100% of the time, thus slowing enemies and making them easier to hit, which is very, very nice. Now the Cryotra, you could say, is an upgrade or a side grade depending on how you look at it. Of course, damage isn't really going to be a thing that we care about too much, but the cool thing about the Cryotra is instead of guaranteeing a proc, so it does not have a guaranteed proc off its base, okay? Off its base, it doesn't have a guaranteed proc, but it does have a base status of 35%, which means you can bring this up to 100% if you run all 4 status elemental mods. So technically, you could have a status protect, which is kind of fantastic. So the downside to this is its magazine is actually a little bit lower, and its reload speed is 4. Why they hitting us with that shitty reload speed, I don't know why, but it is what it is. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the modding for this real fast. As you can see, I haven't bothered to put any form on this. Initially, I was going to put form on all of these to like max them out and make them cool, and I was like, I don't have the plat for that. I got 46 plats to my name right now. Leave me alone. And I was like, these are just not worth it. So as you can see, we are running Corrosive Blast. Now, honestly, I don't really like Blast. But it does kind of like leave you with knockdowns, and the way that I like this weapon is I like it as a weapon made for condition overload. Now, I'm going to start things off with just our Corrupted Lancer at level 50. Yes, I'm talking about trash mobs, and we are talking about level 60. Okay, so this is not a challenging enemy. I wanted to kind of give you the way that this looks, you know, the way that this looks with just a standard enemy, nothing too crazy, right? So as you can see right there, it's really not dealing that much damage, which to be honest, it shouldn't. However, its big job is providing some status against this guy. So I'm waiting for a little blast knockdown. It's got corrosive on there, and then of course you can condition overload. So we're not too concerned about that, and it works really, really well against higher level targets too. So do I really want to do a 160? I don't really feel like it's worth showing it off against the 160, but I will show it off against the 160, I guess, because people are concerned about that kind of stuff on the internet. Did I say cancel? I didn't mean cancel. I meant just put it in, which, you know, it's almost Saturday, so that lingo is coming up. But yeah, so the big thing that I like for this actually is very much the fact that it does have synergy with condition overload. Instead of just proccing cold, you can now proc, corrosive, which is great because it's a bonus, at, stripping enemy armor, and at the same time, you can AoE knock down targets, so if you want that kind of CC, and if you want that kind of armor strippage in combination with your condition overload, fine, it's perfect. So I'm going to actually give the Mastery Rank 0 Cryotra a thumbs up. I'm into it. It's not terrible. Is it great? No. But it does something for those of you guys who want something that does something. Let's go ahead and move on to the Tazicor. So as you can see right here, cool thing about this one is, look, with the status elements, I'm only running 3 of them too. I'm only running 3 of them. If we wanted to boost it all the way up, we could totally boost it all the way up. And let's see how that goes with this one, right, rounds, right? So as you can see, that boosted up to 74%. So you get a good chunk of status with this, but I'm going to use fast hand so that it has a faster time reloading. We could also increase the magazine if you really, really wanted to. But let's go ahead and take a look at how this works on, let's do that. And let's drop this back down to 60 because I want to show you guys, like what's the killing potential of said weapon, right? Simulate. Just so that you guys get an idea of exactly what it can do. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I tried out a couple, not Sentinels, companions. And I was like, they're not insanely powerful at killing things. However, they can hold up on their own. But as you can see here, it's taken, quite a while, and this is 50. This is on the higher end of its the burst damage. Its burst damage is supposed to be really good, but clearly its burst damage is not all that much to take down a level 60. It's taken quite a while. I mean, I'm pretty sure that my Kavat or Kubro could take this down quite a bit faster. But it's got the status effect on it, so just in case you do want to do condition overload and you don't want a big beam, maybe you don't want a big beam running around you, the Tazicor. But to be honest with you, if what we're here for is just going ahead and trying to find something that will combo with your condition overload, I would still grow with the Cryotra. But the Tazicor, its bullets are pretty, right? That's a thing. So let's go ahead and move on to the. Do I need to show you guys how that works on a 160? Or do you guys get it? I think you guys get it. It's not good. Just as a spoiler. Now with the Vulcax, one of the things that I am gonna do real quick, because I want to show off what this weapon can do. Right? Is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab ourselves. Actually, we can go ahead and grab ourselves a Corrupted Lancer. Let's do 8 of them. Okay, we're gonna do 8 of them. And then we're going to pause them because I want to show you how this thing has punched you. It's a really, really pretty laser beam. Did you see that? Did you see the little laser that it did? Come on, babies. Come through. Come here. Come join us. There you go. Go ahead and shoot this guy over here. Give him a little pew-pew. So as you can see, it hit both of them at the same time. It hit that guy. Let's back up just a little bit so that you can see it hit. See, it may, okay. This is gonna be the real telling. Come on. It hit him with a lot of it. So as you can see, it's doing it very, very slowly. It's hitting multiple targets. Come on, shoot him, baby. I feel like this is even worse than the Tazicor. I mean, yeah, sure, the Tazicor can only hit like one target at a time, but you could put shred in it, right? Like, this is like, I feel bad. I just kind of feel like, come on, get him, babe. But look, the beam. Shoot him. Are you out? Maybe he's out of ammo. No, the beam's very pretty. So that's all I'm gonna say for that. I feel really bad because I was kind of hoping that, you know, this would put Sentinels on the map for me. Because, okay, let me say, fetch is not a thing that you should ever put on anything. But the way that I kind of look at it is now we have MOAs, and now we have Kavats, we have Kubros, we have the Helmet Charger. They can basically do everything that they can do. So really, like, what is a Sentinel, like, gonna do? Other than scan things, Helios, yes, and I'm not falling for the whole Carrier Prime ammo mutation bullshit. Listen, we have Pax Charge now if you really want that kind of shit, and you shouldn't be running out of normal ammo anyway. Just saying. But yeah, or carry some goddamn ammo pads for hell's sake. But legitimately, I'm just kind of like thinking in my head, I wish, because, you know, when it comes to Kubros, when it comes to Kavats, and the Helmet Charger, they feel like they have something extra, including even the the MOAs have some really cool precepts attached to them, right? Kavats are super offensive, crit based. Kubros now got the mecha set, which make them absolute terrors when it comes to spreading status. So that's even better for like condition overload, right? So I'm just looking at this and I'm kind of thinking in my head of like, if you really want to make Sentinels special, maybe turn them into like glass cannons and give their weapons some actual oomph to them. I don't know, it's just me, because that's the one thing that's, you know, unique and different about companions, right? Or about Sentinels, right? Is the fact that they can equip weapons. So I don't know, maybe give them some weapons that can actually like do some damage, right? With as fragile as they are, let them go ahead and get all that taken care of. But yeah, so that's our kind of overview of all of the Fortuna weapons. Again, I think the Mastery Rank 0 weapon is the way to go for me out of all of this. But I will be putting on the Sweeper Prime yet again because, you know, it's a fucking butler with a shotgun. Regardless, that about does it for me for now. Thank you for sticking with me through this very pointless video. For those of you guys who have, if you have, actually give me like a double hashtag in the comments below. Let me know that you stuck it all the way out to the very end. Let me know what you guys think that they should do to improve Sentinels, because right now I feel like they're kind of like not the greatest. I mean, like, listen, I didn't think that like Kubros were in that great place. They still definitely need to be touched. MOAs still need to get their unique kind of like, you know, their unique sets. So for me, I'm just like, can we get something special for the Sentinels too? Like a little bit of something? Maybe work on these weapons a little bit? I don't know. Toss your feelings down in the comments below. Actually, one of the things that I want you guys to do is, in the comments below, let me know which you think is the cutest Sentinel. Alright, cutest Sentinel, not MOA, because all MOAs are adorable, but cutest Sentinel down in the comments. But that about does it for me for now. So as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and I'ma get back to watching Daredevil. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Come on, puppy. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to everybody. Say goodbye. Bye-bye. You're so cute. You're so cute. I love you.